Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Disconnected. I declared May as the month for Vinegar Syndrome. So, what we are going to do today is dive into a sort of primer on Vinegar Syndrome. We all had our first Vinegar Syndrome sale, and there are lots of people that discover Vinegar Syndrome for the first time in these sales every single year. So, what I figured we should do is answer a lot of the easier questions for people that are brand new for things like how much your title is going to cost. What are the stock counters like? Why these sale pages are going to look the way they are, and so on. So let's dive right into it. So first things first, I am not Vinegar Syndrome. I'm not a representative of Vinegar Syndrome, so I do not know for a fact that these policies are actually going to be the case. I'm just going off of an educated guess based on what they've always done for these sales. So keep that in mind as you go through this. Take all this with a grain of salt, but for the most part, this is the way things have always been, and that's likely the way that they're going to be. So this is the Vinegar Syndrome homepage as of today's date. And at the top here, you can see these are the most recently announced titles or most recently available titles. You'll see Death Wish 2, Flesh Eater, and Alien Private Eye. Those were the April titles. And when the sale comes, above those, we are going to have all of the titles that were a part of the Flash pre-order bundle that many of you probably pre-ordered. You're going to find three different catalog slipcovers where you're going to have the option to either buy the movie and the slipcover or just the slipcover. And when I say catalog slipcover, that is a slipcover for a title that was released in the past. This is not a brand new title to Vinegar Syndrome. They are just trying to allow people to have a packaging upgrade, if you will. You don't have to do it. A lot of people, they enjoy the slipcover, so they want to buy it. Usually those slipcovers by themselves are $8, and the movie with the slipcover is going to be somewhere probably around like 22, 25, something like that. We are also getting a catalog box set. We don't know what the box is going to be for yet. There's some speculation that it's going to be for something like the Taboo series, although that's an adult title, and a lot of people are thinking that will not be the case. So we will see. That will be available on that day. They did do one of those during the last sale, and that was for the Rudy Ray Moore films. So we'll see if they do something like that again. Scrolling down, I wanted to show you what the first thing would be on sale. Now, there is an interesting caveat here. I do not recall from last year if the items released during the Valentine's Day sale were half off during the halfway to Black Friday sale. So if they are, that would include titles like Madman on 4K, Dracula Sucks in 4K, and Dragus. What we do know for a fact is in previous sales, all items released regularly in the month of February and prior, those were all for 50% off during the halfway to Black Friday sale. And the February titles were Drop Dead Fred, Beware Children at Prey, Sister Sister, and Wolfpack. So if history is the exact same way that we're going to be doing this again, those items will be the most new titles that are 50% off. So what does 50% off mean? Well, let's take a look at something like Drop Dead Fred. So when you open this page, you'll see that this title is currently $27.99, but right here, and let me zoom in just a little bit for you. This number that is currently lined out, this is the MSRP, or the manufacturer's suggested retail price, and that is listed at $39.98. That is the price that it is going to be half off, which means Drop Dead Fred during the sale should be $19.99. Now, if you're wanting Drop Dead Fred, one thing I will suggest that you take a look at is this limited edition slipcover and standard edition dropdown that they have here. There are two different options. Limited edition slipcover is showing only 928 left in stock. When you click on standard edition, it says only 1,101 left in stock. Now, this is a title that is not going out of print. And how can I tell you that that is not going out of print? Well, let's take a look at another title. So there are a few different ways that they display these items. So if you look at Count Dracula's Great Love right now, it shows as sold out when you have limited edition slipcover selected. However, if I click on standard edition, it shows only 420 left in stock. Now, this does not mean when these are sold out that this title is gone forever. All that means is that they are going to be needing to print more after those 420 sell. Now, just like I just asked, how do we know that that's the case, that this is not a title that's going out of print? Well, if we scroll down here to this first paragraph, if this was going out of print, they would list it somehow. There is nothing here that says this title is going out of print. And how do I know that they would display that? Let's take a look at another title. So here is There's Nothing Out Here. And the sad thing is, by the sale, this is probably going to be out of stock. By the time this video goes up, I bet this 175 counter is going to be a lot less. So if you look at this under limited edition slipcover, it is out of stock. When you click on standard, it shows 175 left in stock. When you scroll down, look at here in bold. Our rights are expiring in the next few months. This release will not be repressed. So if you are wanting this title, they are telling you if you want to buy it from Vinegar Syndrome, this is going to be your last chance to get it when this 175 sells out. Now, I'm willing to bet this is not going to make it to the sale. People are going to see this number. They're going to see that it's going out of print. They are going to buy it because they don't want to miss out. Now, there are other places that you can buy this from, something like a Diabolic DVD or an Orbit DVD, or even Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all those places, they carry Vinegar Syndrome titles as well. So if you are not able to get it here, those other places should have some stock on hand. So it's not going to be fully unavailable until all of those places are depleted of their stock. So if it does go out of print, you can still get it, and it's a great film. I suggest you get it. It is hilarious and one of the better releases from Vinegar Syndrome. After looking at There's Nothing Out There and seeing that there's only 175 left in stock, there might be some other titles that you're wanting to keep an eye on for something like this. So I suggest you go up to Releases and click on Limited Editions Still in Stock. When you bring this up, this shows you everything that the limited edition is currently still available for. Now, when you start getting to some of the older titles, let's go to page 3 here, you'll notice that some of these are going to be getting fairly low. So let's take a look, for example, at something like Indecent Exposure. This one shows 16 left in stock. I'm willing to bet this does not even make it to the sale. I'm also willing to bet that this is one that is going to go very quickly once people realize that there are only 16 left. Some of these other titles, though, like The 11th Commandment, there's still 1,000 left in stock. So just because it's listed under limited edition still in stock does not mean it's about to be gone or anything like that. And likewise, when it says limited edition still in stock, like Indecent Exposure, we just saw there were 16, that's simply of the slipcover. When we click on standard, there's still more than 800 left. So the important thing for all of these releases is really the film. If you just want the film, there are ways to get that, and it's even cheaper. So like this one, if you're looking at the standard edition, this shows $22.99 currently, $32.98 as the MSRP, but the slipcover release is $24.99 currently and $34.98 as the MSRP. So they are going to be slightly different. So if you're just getting the release without the slipcover, you're actually saving a couple bucks on each release. So coming back to the homepage, again, if you click on limited editions still in stock, you'll see that this isn't always just for limited editions with the slipcover. What you might find here is that there are titles that are about to go out of print that are listed, and therefore they are now becoming limited editions because they will be gone very soon. So for example, if I click on page 4, this is where you see There's Nothing Out There. So even though the slipcover is sold out, this is no longer just a limited edition based on the slipcover. The standard edition is also limited because now there's only 175 of them left. That is one thing to keep in mind. But if you are just trying to collect the Vinegar Syndrome titles with all the slipcovers, or trying to get the ones before they go out of print, this limited edition still in stock section is the best way to get to where you're looking very quickly. Last thing to really remind everybody of that's new to this is the Vinegar Syndrome website will be down almost the entire week before the sale. The sale starts on Thursday night going into Friday for Memorial Day weekend. The website will likely go down around noon Eastern on the Monday before the sale. And at that point, you're unable to access anything except for the checklist section of the Vinegar Syndrome website. So if the website goes down on Monday and you're wanting to check your checklist, you can't access this portion right here that says checklist. So what you do is you go up to your URL bar and you type in vschecklist.com/checklist, and it will take you to the website where you sign in, and it will tell you, what you have marked as having, as needing, and all of that. There are so many different things that you can find from this page. You can have, the bookmarks for certain titles ready to open as soon as the sale goes available. It is super useful to keep that in mind. All right, that is my primer for the Vinegar Syndrome sale. For people that are brand new to all of this, there was a lot of stuff in this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to help you out before we get there. All of this was probably very elementary if you've been a part of at least 1 or 3 of these sales previously. But keep in mind, there's always somebody new for this, and a lot of us were new at some point and needed a helping hand and didn't necessarily understand it. The very last thing I will throw out is that this is your opportunity to get a half-year subscription through Vinegar Syndrome. It is only available during the halfway to Black Friday sale, and then the full year subscription is available in November. So if you're concerned about that or have any questions about the subscription, let me know. I will give you any help that I can in the comments. The one thing I don't know is the price. Your guess is as good as mine. I would be willing to bet that it's going to be at least $500, if not maybe closer to $550, maybe even higher. Who knows? I'm not Vinegar Syndrome. Prices are going up everywhere though, so it would not surprise me one bit if we are starting to see some of that passed down to us as consumers. So again, that's all I got for you. If you are interested in joining a community where we discuss things like this all the time, I've got a link below for my Patreon, and in my Patreon you get access to our Discord. Our Discord server is full of other collectors just like you that really love these things. We love talking about movies, sharing things that we find online that are in stock, finding out, insider information that we hear, something going out of print or something like that. If I find a good deal, I share it with all of my patrons, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that, link is in the description below. A part of that is also if you sign up at the VIP tier, you get access to a boutique giveaway every month where I send away stuff to the one lucky random winner for that month, and they get a handful of things that are all boutique physical media. So if there's anything in you that wants to be a part of that, link is in the description below. Otherwise, till next time, like I always say, from one collector to all of you, have a good night.